Hey everybody, my name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and this is going to be my first video in a series where I'm going to be learning Clojure. So I'm literally really new to this. Basically, I'm learning this stuff right before I make these videos, because a great way to learn is to explain what you just learned, and practice it, and really kind of absorb it. And the reason why I want to learn Clojure is, one, I wanted to learn one of these functional programming languages so that are just so that way I've got a nice exposure to different programming languages, to see how they all work. Also, when I went to go look for like videos on learning Clojure, there really wasn't any sort of good ones with small bite-sized bits to learn. And Clojure has very, very different syntax because it's based on a language, which is, I think, the second oldest language, high-level language, called Lisp. Okay, and Lisp is has its sort of Lisp and functional language in general kind of have their own little like cult following. And what functional programming is the idea is that data shouldn't be mutated. So basically, when you create data sets, you don't often change them with your functions. So functions should be pure. So you take data in, it does whatever it needs with the data and returns a value that you store somewhere else. So this way, functions are more predictable, easier to debug. It's sort of a style mantra, where everything is immutable. Okay, nothing can be changed. And this sort of becoming, I think, making sort of a renaissance, especially because of like in React, you have like certain aspects of immutability that have sort of brought this sort of methodology sort of to the forefront with the popularity of React in JavaScript. But when you take a look at Lisp and its syntax, which then gets inherited to Clojure, it's very different. Okay, traditionally we think 4 plus 4. Okay, meaning 4 plus 4. Here it's a lot different. Basically, everything is done in parentheses in Clojure. And basically the way it works is that you put your operand first. So I want to add. Now what do I want to add? I want to add 4 and 4. So this would say I want to add 4 and 4. And just so you know, I'm practicing Clojure here on REPL.it or REPL.it. This is a great place to practice programming languages without having to worry about all the technical setup. You can just practice, play with it, learn it, and then you can actually just do the programming straight from REPL, or later on set up your own environment on your machine. I am a very big fan of REPL. So I hit run, so let's say 4 plus 4, 8. That's weird, right? And then I think if I add another 4, it'll just add that too, so it should be 12. So it just does 4 plus 4 plus 4. Cool. So the benefit of this is that instead of having to type in plus, 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 I can just kind of enter in all the arguments that I want, and it'll just keep running the same operand over them. Okay, cool. Now let's see what happens if I do that with like a string. So let's say I say, hello, Mom, I wonder, can I be cast? Okay, so I can only do that with numbers. Okay, so we'll come back to strings. But that was the first thing I wanted to point out, just sort of the way it reads, because even that just needs you need a moment to kind of sit and appreciate the way that expression runs. And I can do that with pretty much anything. So I can let's try dividing. So let's say if I divide 5 by 5, does that give me 1? And it gives me 1. Okay, so let's try modulus. So if I have 25, and I want to modulus it by 5, okay, that should be 0. So let's see. Oh, I guess they must have a different way of doing modulus in Clojure. Enable the resolve symbol in this context. Okay. So this is why I like this practice. It allows us to discover together. Okay. Let's try multiply. 5, 5. That works. 5 times 5 is 25. And we're ready to divide. Okay. So that's the basic syntax, and just to kind of illustrate the way Clojure is going to be reading your code. So we'll keep doing more and more complicated stuff, but I wanted to introduce that first.